All right, talking Trotters back for another week, and why not? After what was a huge weekend for the Trotters, both here and abroad. Not a lot of New Zealand content, although a couple of Kiwis to talk about tonight in the run-through. But yeah, definitely we will be discussing Just Believe. But as always, Talking Trotters is proudly brought to you by Haras the Trotters and the team at Yabby Dam Farms. And I've got to say a huge thank you to their continued support of both Campbell's Comments and harness racing in general, right across the eastern seaboard or everywhere. They're sponsoring races right up to the Great Square, which I will get onto in a minute. If you want to get in touch with the guys at Haras the Trotters, there is their website underneath there at .com.au. Make sure you EURS and you'll be able to get all the up-to-date information on everything that is going on with Haras the Trotters. They'll be finalising their stay-in roster very shortly, as are a lot of the other studs. As soon as they're done, I will be bringing those to you. This show, as I said, it is just purely talking Trotters. And I want to highlight what the Trotters are doing, some really good results. Not going to go through every winner for the week or not, because it's been a long time since we've done this, but we're just going to highlight some of the main races that have happened over the weekend. Some people will have seen, some people will not have seen. We'll highlight Just Believe. Anyone wanting to watch this race in its entirety can go to the wait to the end of the race, and I will. This is actually the Swedish callers version of the race, but we'll join in here. It's about the 600 metre mark. There you are. It's great how they have that little sign along the side there. It was 650 metre mark, and Just Believe getting up outside Francesco Zet. A serious racehorse, this Francesco Zet, a son of Father Patrick himself, and I think he's now had 21 starts for 19 wins. One of his defeats came at the hands of Hail Mary, who beat Just Believe last week. And then I'm not sure about the other one. I couldn't find a lot on that. But yeah, he has finished out of the placings on one occasion. But a very serious racehorse. And he does it terrifically, standing at stud as well. But little Just Believe, for all connections, Greg Sugar's, Lara J Farms and harness racing in Australasia, done us proud there. Running a terrific second in a really high-class race, and went terrific. Of course, Just Believe is by Orlando Vici out of Heavens Above. Like a Prayer, man. Must ask Pat or Anton next time I'm talking, actually, about Like a Prayer. He's now had 18 wins. He's still had 18 wins even before he went away. Unfortunately, couldn't win over there, but done a great job for everyone involved. Inter Dominion winner, Great Southern Star winner, and showed that we can do it over there as well. He would have weighed in the Elite Lop heat, and then speaking to a very good judge today, he thought he would have gone better in the final because he is so tough, and that's the one thing that he is proving. That's the one thing that he did prove the other night, is how tough he is and how dynamic a little racehorse he is, and so great for the Aussies and the Kiwis. And we're going to highlight a couple of the other Orlando Vicis as well going through. But yeah, it's just the Trotters here in Australasia are outstanding, and got to be super proud. I think everyone that's involved, and just a little bit of fun going through doing this show. So yeah, next week or the week after, I'm going to catch up with Chris Finozio tonight. I've got to do Rocking with Attitude. I'm going to do a mic'd up or a driver's view. Dave Miles is going to do a driver's view for us at the trials tonight here at Bendigo. They kick off about 7 o'clock. Some really intriguing races at Bendigo. Some real high-class horses going around. So a lot of intrigue there, that is for sure. Going to go back to the start of the week. I'm actually going to go back to, not the start of the week, until last Wednesday when we had the Tontine on. Run at Ararat. Bear in mind that it was on a Wednesday night. A lot of people didn't know about it. I was speaking to Duncan McPherson. He said, when is he in the Tontine? Of course, he was overseas. I didn't realise, but yeah, unfortunately.
Night Whisperer, full back the pegs. Eros around of him, gets a 3-wide cut up into it as GC Quarter in front of him takes off. Night Whisperer has galloped again back on the pegs from them. Cape Bogart, Saw Black and Gold, and 15 to Charlie Walker and Medina Sky, but it's still Baxter in front. 3 metres, Rakero Boring under pressure. 3 wide moving up as GC Quarter. Also running on as Eros, the favourite, is now winding up strongly down the middle and away. The runners Imperial West, they straighten up. lap. 29.9 third quarter. The white blaze face on the far side is Baxter. He's just in front. Recaro Warriors eventually galloped after going roughly. GC called us. Eros nearest to us is storming home. Eros stormed to the lead now from Baxter. Then GC called it, but it's a tontine double for Jason Lee and Leroy O'Brien. And Eros came away to bolt in. Eros first. Beat Baxter by 7 metres. Third 4 metres away. GC called it. Fourth Imperial Wiz. Bogarson running on.
Driver who's over here, multiple Group 1 winning driver. Who is over here at the minute working for Brett Lilly and the crew, and I will be catching up with him as well. But $25,000 great trotting race, won by some really nice horses, headed up by Noopy Kiosk, and interesting enough, Saturday night when we get up to Saturday night races, that was the Noopy Kiosk was the main race of the card. So I don't know if anyone was aware of it, but they may have had a bit of symmetry, may not have. Going to shift our attention north. Before we do, we will shift our attention straight to, need to flick that one off as well, the Constellations. These are the races that are coming up for the Trotters. On Saturday the 8th of July, they will be having the Somerset Farms, of course they standing rock and roll dance, Somerset Farms. Chantel Turpin does a great job with her trotters. The Darrell Alexander Trotters Championship final, Group 2 event, $54,000 final. 2 heats of those have been run at the minute. But the most intriguing race, $150,000, Haras to Trotters, Great Square, and it's Group 1 event. It's going to be very, very exciting. That is just there on July 8. Then they also have a great support card on July 15. They've got the Trotters Oaks, so the Breakfast Creek Hotel Trotters Oaks, $31,000 event, Group 3 event. And on that same night, they also have the Pride's Easy Feed Trotters Sprint, a Group 3 event on that occasion too, another $31,000 race. And then the week after, so it's 3 Saturday nights in a row in July, they'll have the Pride's Easy Feed Queensland Trotters Cup, a $100,000 Group 1 event. And also the inaugural Group 3, Breakfast Creek Trotters Derby, another $31,000 event. The Trotters Oaks and Derby, it will be their first running of those. So exciting times coming for Queensland. We'll be crossing off on quite a few horses that may or may not be heading there just in a minute. But yeah, some really, really exciting races going on there. They have already started up with their Trotters Oak. Don't worry about that. And there's some nice, as I said, the Darrell Alexander heats are this week and next week. So they'll have some really nice class trotters going around, and they've got some good fields already racing there. But last Friday night, they had the Redcliffe Trotters Cup, the standing start event. It was a terrific race. It was actually taken out by Adele, the horse, just getting 3 deep there as we speak right now. You've got Hammers Law in front for Anthony Butt, and Phoebe Onyx there for Robbie Morris in the middle. But here's Adele down the outside. And we're talking about Just Believe there before. Of course, Adele is also by Orlando Vici, and Orlando Vici stands at Haras the Trotters over there as well. She is out of Scoozy Boys and was bred by Claire McGowan. I was lucky enough to meet Claire while I was over in New Zealand recently, and Dave, and huge supporters of both Haras to Trotters and the Trotting Gate full stop. So well done to them. She's been an enigmatic mare. She's been to quite a few stables. They seem to find the click to her, and then it's just a matter of keeping her in that right click there. But she's had 55 starts now, 17 wins, and $182,000 in stakes, and that was topped off nicely with the Redcliffe Cup the other night. She'll be looking forward to a couple of those better races as well. The I don't know if she'll take part in the Darrell Alexander, but the sprint races and that. Jack Butler's doing a great job with her, and it is very, very exciting to see. Try and put videos up of all the horses. I didn't download this one, but at Menangle on Friday night, all attention should have gone to Hot to Trot, a son of Creatine, now to Lady Bouquet. This is a New Zealand mare, another New Zealander coming across. Jack Trainer is training this horse here. 25 starts now for 7 wins. This horse is going to Queensland. This horse will be heading up to, don't know if it's eligible for the Great Square, but it will be going up for some of the better races up there very, very shortly. And the warmer weather, set a PB last Friday night, 155.5. It's a terrific run for Hot to Trot. Interestingly enough, wasn't bred or isn't owned by Duncan McPherson. Someone has just pinched that little monarchy of his. Beating What's Up Majestic and Majestic trio. What's Up Majestic? We know is a high-class horse here down in Australia. So yeah, some really nice winners over the weekend, some high-class winners with a lot of intrigue, and we've still got Melton to highlight here in a minute. Just one great little note there. Peter Davis brought up win 500 on a trotter called Kink. Kink obviously is by Love You, and it's only the third win, but great achievement for Peter Davis. Pretty much drives to the one stable. Yeah, I think I saw the most wins he's had for any season was 37. So he's been a bit of a journeyman, but just a great effort to get 500 wins a couple of seasons there. He didn't drive a winner, so I don't know if he wasn't driving or not. But yeah, done a great job there, Peter Davis, bringing up win number 500. All the attention then turned to Melton, and there's some good winners there. Chris Finozio, didn't he have a night out? With taking out race number 2 here with this beautiful bred filly by Father Patrick out of Mason's Magic, a Cadabra mare herself, Aldebaran Miley, getting up and beating Glamour Stride. So these two are 3-year-old fillies. Now I know Chris is heading to, he's been asked to head to Queensland, and I think he's going to go. He said he was going to go in his interview. He may be getting asked to go to Queensland. I got that actually mixed up. This is Chris Finozio we're talking about. But yeah, this 3-year-old filly. So I would imagine if he's going, she possibly could go up for a big trip up there to go for the Oaks. The other Chris in that picture was Chris Lang, and he's got some nice trotters too, and I'm sure they're on the radar for the guys at Queensland. But Aldebaran Miley, as I said, she's a daughter of Father Patrick. Really impressive little record now. 14 starts, 4 wins, 4 thirds, and $52,000 in stakes. And a winner of her last 2. She contested the New South Wales Oaks and ran 3rd on that occasion. She was only beaten 5 and a bit metres there as well. Glamour Stride is, as I said, another high-class horse by Muscle Hill out of Real Babe, beautifully bred mare. Would be expensive, very expensive horses. Now had 6 starts, 2 wins and 2 seconds. She also contested the Oaks, only ran 6th on that occasion, one of the few times that she has missed a place. So be interesting to see if both those fillies are heading up for the Oaks during the Constellation Series. And thankfully they get to the opportunity, if they win the Oaks and they want to, they can get the opportunity to run in the Derby. I think that's something that a lot of racers should look at doing. Chris Finozio and the Shaws and Hayneses, great names in the trotting, and they've had a great run of trotters over the years. Have got themselves another very nice horse in RC Phoenix, a 4-year-old son of Trixton, and brought up a race-to-race double and a double for the night, Metropolitan double for Chris Finozio. And as I said, owned by the Shaws and Stevens. This horse, impressive horse. He's come back from the spell. He's won 4 straight now. I think I'll bring up his stats, but it's win number 6. Yeah, 18 starts, 6 wins, 3 seconds, 3 thirds, $80,000 in stakes. And this horse is heading to Queensland and is heading to the Great Square, the $150,000 Haras to Trotters Great Square. So going to be super, super exciting for him to be heading up there. He was getting interviewed the other night. In the interview, he didn't realise there was a race called the Great Square. It is an unusual name, but it's going to be on everyone's radar very, very shortly. July 8th, that will be. And yeah, I'm sure Chris will probably have him earmarked for a couple of those other races as well while he's up there. But super powerful trotter, really covering the ground and doing a great job. And just come of age, this prep, Chris's team's flying. Going terrific, Chris Finozio. He would have to be wrapped with the way they are going. Ebony's Avenger second. Aldebaran Keeper would be better for the run, running 3rd, and some nice horses there out the back. But I think RC Phoenix was probably one of the talking points of the night. And the fact that he is going to Queensland for the Great Square, that itself is another great highlight. And then what a race this race was. And I think I've got the whole race here, I have too, because it was just a battle of I suppose wills here with everyone involved in this race. If Courage Stride being the ultimate winner, but he's gone to the front right now for James Herbertson. You've then got Harry Stamper in the middle and Ultimate Stride, who's been able to get to the front in most of his races just recently, out 3 deep. And geez, there were some big runs in this. Anthony Butt's not keen to let Ultimate Stride just get past him, and he's keen to have a battle on with Courage Stride. James Herbertson's the first to yield. He's quite happy to yield to Anthony and let him take to the front there in a minute. I think it will be. It probably took a bit longer than what I thought it would. Bullion Harry, that is the third of the Chris Lang runners out the back. Anywhere Hugo is the other runner, and Coco Cabana. Bullion Harry actually doesn't do too bad a job because he's basically facing the breeze the whole trip. But you can see here Ultimate Stride and Harry Stamper getting into a little bit of a war, and Ultimate Stride, he has got the Ultimate Stride, and you can just see him there striding right out and putting the power on down the back. I can cheat a little bit. I only went down the back in 29.4. They ran every quarter in 29.3 dead, 29 dead, sorry, 29.4 and 29.7 the last quarter. And little Courage Stride is 3 back the fence, and James Herbertson's probably regretting what he was doing because Ultimate Stride is cruising. Harry Stamper's on his back, being tapped up by Anthony Butt, and hasn't got a lot of room there to go at all, Courage Stride. But Anthony Butt must have thought he had a lot of horse left there, and he pulls out on Harry Stamper to issue a challenge to Ultimate Stride and gets up alongside of him, but basically saloons a run for James Herbertson. And a horse that was ultimately the bridesmaid quite a few times last year. Look at him, as Dan Malecki called in his call, getting his head down and having a red hot go, little Courage Stride. And yeah, he's been chasing home some nice horses, including Harry Stamper, Plymouth Chubb, quite a lot. But yeah, he has done a terrific job. He's still won 11 races, 7 seconds and 8 thirds, $151,000 in stakes, if you don't mind. And placings in some really high class races. He was third in the Vic Bred. I think he was third in the Breeders' Crown, third in the Trotters Derby final. And chasing, as I said, Plymouth Chubb, Cravache Dior, of course, and Harry Stamper in most of those other races. And he's going to continue on to bigger and better things. And Courage Stride, I would imagine that Chris Lang would have to be thinking about the warmer weather and taking him up as well. As I said, Glamour Stride, as well, for a bit of a Queensland journey. The two Chris's, I would imagine it is on their radar to potentially go there, because it's, why wouldn't you? It's pretty exciting stuff going forward. So pretty short little Talking Trotters tonight. As I said, there's a bit more coming next week and the week after. I tried to have last week off to a degree, and I could have got a few interviews done at Melton, and I'll get back to that. There's no problems there. But don't forget, as I said, July 8 with everyone going to the Haras Trotters, the Great Square, $150,000 Group 1, and the Somerset Farms Daryl Alexander Trotters Championships for $54,000. That's on the first night, and then the second night you've got your Trotters Oaks and the Easy Feed Trotters Sprints. Both races are $3,100 races. That's on the 15th of July. And then you've got the Queensland Trotters Cup, which is a Group 1 event, $100,000 race, and the Queensland Trotters Derby as well. So some really, really intriguing races and a lot going on in the world of trotters. Huge thank you to my sponsors, Haras Trotters. As I said, for all your information about Haras Trotters, go to harastrotters.com.au. Congratulations to everyone involved with Just Believe, including Haras Trotters, who bred him, and also they actually still own him. The connections lease him, so a lot of people aren't aware of that. But yeah, Haras Trotters are actually still the owners of Just Believe, and well done, because he represented Australia so well, and I think he represents everything that we're about. A little bit of an underdog, a little bit of someone that didn't know, but let's keep these trotters going. Let's continue to get these trotters going bigger and better. I'm going to throw back to the race now, the full race with the Swedish callers. This is Just Believe, of course, and Talking Trotters will be back next week, hopefully. And we will get a few people and get some interviews going as well. But thank you very much. Stay tuned for the Driver's View with David Miles and Rockin' With Attitude. It'll be filmed tonight, all going well, be out in the next day or two as well. So thank you, and we'll see you next week. Thank you very much to Haras to Trotters.
Det lär vi ha, och så kastade start nummer 2 i tredje invändigt, och han är smart Örjan. Han vet att han kommer få överta ledningen, så han gör ju bara en väldigt lugn attack. Och nu kommer Just Believe. Greg Sugars kommer sätta färg på loppet i sitt sista lopp på svensk mark.
Kommer via tredje, 5 Just Believe, första 500 meterna, 1:12. Det är löjligt lugnt.
Ja, det är väldigt lugnt, och Kihlström gör ju det så kyligt också när han kör till ledningen. Han gör det utan att det blir någon dramatik av det hela.
Positionerna intagna kan man säga, för nu lär inte mycket hända i positionsväxlingsväg. Det är svårt att tänka mig. 7 Melby Jinx följer som 2, 5 Just Believe på utsidan. Där bakom nummer 6 Mandela Zon i andra par utvändigt, som har 2 kastade start på insidan. Instängd just nu, alltså för Mats Djuse. 3 Manjo Value VF efter sin startgalopp, uppe som 4 på innen, har utvändigt om sig. Stallkamraten 4 Power. Sen avslutar 10 Ferrari Sisu och 8 Soidia ANG, som återigen har hamnat ganska punchigt på det. Första 1000, 12,5 jämnt tempo.
Ja, det är ju ingenting för den här klassen, och om Francesco Zet är som han ska, då ska han bara leka hem det här loppet. Ska Just Believe slå honom från utvändigt ledaren, ja då är det inte bara Australiens bästa häst, då är det nog världens bästa häst.
Då får han inte åka hem.
Då får vi hålla kvar honom här.
Drygt 800 meter kvar till mål. Nummer 1 Francesco Zet, 5 Just Believe på utsidan. Var får vi se den första attacken? Det lär väl vara Gocciadoro som börjar röra på sig strax.
Ja, jag tror det. Sen tror jag att Berg kommer gå ut med 4 Power också, så även Ferrari Sisu. Så de börjar nog snart komma från kön, men det ska ju vara omöjligt, Mattias, att ta någonting.
Första 1500 meter efter 1:12, och snart får han väl börja sträcka ut på allvar i sin effektiva stil. Nummer 1 Francesco Zet. Örjans kroppsspråk tydligt när man går in i den sista svängen. Hur går det för 5 Just Believe på utsidan?
Ja, det går bra. Han håller fortsatt urstark, men Kihlström har ju loppet i sin hand, som det ska vara i alla fall.
Nummer 1 Francesco Zet, 5 Just Believe på utsidan. Via tredje kommer det nummer 4 Power. 10 Ferrari Sisu galopperar, 8 Soidia AMG långt fram, men kommer via vida spår. 1 Francesco Zet är det som äntrar upploppet först i Norrbottens stora pris. 1 Francesco Zet, 5 Just Believe gör det jättebra, men han kommer väl inte att slå nummer 1 Francesco Zet. Det gör han inte. 15:e raka han på väg mot 1 Francesco Zet.